Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see you. I feel you. Thanks for being here. 8 billion people in this world, and this is the one you chose to hang out with on a Saturday afternoon. I will try not to disappoint. Um, Speaking of disappointment, today my son had his soccer game this morning, and they lost. They were ahead until the end, and then the other team got hot, and well, one player from the other team got hot, and they lost by 2 points, 5-3. But it was their first loss of the season. Maybe it'll give them a little character. Maybe they'll come back more focused than ever next week. Or not, because they're 6-year-old boys and they'll forget all about this shit. But that's what I tell myself. Hopefully they'll win next week. We'll see. But they've been undefeated probably, I don't know, 6 games, 5 or 6 games, 7 games by now. So they were doing really good. But it still sucks to lose. The ref, she was a little suspect. She was a little suspect with some of her calls. She missed a couple of calls, but that's all right. That had nothing to do with the outcome of the game, did it? But they lost. It's okay. We'll get them next week. But it was fun. All the kids were in a good mood afterwards because each parent has snack duty for the week, each week. And my wife, she got some donuts and she put little chocolate chip eyes on them and then got little Dracula teeth, the plastic Dracula teeth. Put them on there, in the middle of the donut, so it looked like it was a vampire donut. Very creative like that. She's very good. She made those, and so of course, 5 seconds after all the little boys got their donuts, they all had the plastic vampire teeth in it. It was very good. But no win today. That's all right, because we're gonna win here. We're gonna do nothing but win right here. So. You saw the thumbnail. Boy, oh boy. Tell me that doesn't look like father and son. Tell me that's not dad and junior. Tell me. You can't unless you're lying. Unless you're lying, you can't tell me that those two don't look like father and son. Who is that? That is Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, the one who is spreading his anus over the entire country and shitting on it, taking his dainty little shit all over it. What do you do now? Faye Knox, I see you. Christian, I see you in here. We got 2 Canadians right here. Mads, are you here? There's some real Canadians in this chat, people, and I'm sure they are very upset. But that is a side-by-side of Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro. Yeah, Fidel Castro from all the way down there in Cuba. Yes, him. He's somehow hooked up with Trudeau's mom. I don't know her name. I know his dad's name was Pierre. But somehow they crossed genitals and came out with this fool because he looks just like Fidel Castro. And I guess apparently back in the day, their family spent time together or some shit like that. So there was a real opportunity for his mom to get a hot one, for Fidel Castro to go all up in that Canadian crevice. I think he did. Sure looks like he did. But what's Trudeau going to do? Remember, there were whispers a few months ago of them banning the sale, the transfer, and the import of handguns. Well, yesterday or Thursday, Trudeau said, that's it. I mean, let's be honest. We try to be authentic here, so let me say it in Justin Trudeau's voice. I need to get in character for a second, though. Let's see. Neutered man with a soft handshake. Neutered man with a soft handshake. Here we go. That's it, Canada. No more handguns. Because when people get hurt, responsible leadership needs to act. That's what he said. No more handguns, but no handguns for you. Sorry, Canada. Because people are getting hurt and stuff. So you all need to suffer. Not the small handful of dumbasses, demons who did this. No, all of you need to suffer. So he said, effective immediately, no more handguns, eh? What are you talking about? So I'm going to read a little article. Maybe we even do a little audio from Justin, see what he had to say. Huh? So the Cuban love child says no more handguns for Canada. That's why I picked that title, because he is the Cuban love child. He's half Canadian and he's half Cuban. And I like to think it's just Bidenist pervertists coming up with these slogans. The Ultra MAGA was the last one. And now this one is he's calling Mega MAGA Trickle Down. Mega MAGA Trickle Down is his latest slogan to poke at the Republicans and gin up support from his base. This is what you do? These weak-ass slogans? So Mega MAGA Trickle Down. That's the latest one. And if you're thinking that's the only thing he messed up on verbally in the last 24 hours, wrong. Because he was asked in another interview, who keeps agreeing to these interviews? Because every time he does one, he looks stupider and stupider and stupider. But he was asked by the interviewer if he's going to run again. And his answer will leave you confused, stupefied, flabbergasted, one of my favorite words, befuddled. You will not come out of the other side of this audio knowing more than when you went in. No way. You might even know less. He might have stolen his audio that you're going to hear, or I think this video too, but what you're going to see in here, that might rob you of intelligence. And I'm sorry if it does. I'm sorry if his words somehow suck intelligence out of your brain, because I think that's what happened to me. I felt dumb after I heard this. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you, but it might, because it's some pretty powerful shit. And also, I watched the Candace Owens documentary, The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. I watched it yesterday with my wife. It was very good. I'll give you a full review on Monday. Very excited. I want to watch it again, because when you watch something a second time, you start noticing different things. So I'm going to watch that again, twice total, and then I'm going to give you a full detailed review come Monday. And the student loan forgiveness, remember that? Remember, he told you a lot of things. He said, you're going to get $2,000. We're going to greenify the entire country. And student debt forgiveness, student loan debt forgiveness. He's going to wipe it away. He's going to take his magic wand in his shaky hand, and he's going to wipe all that shit away, except the 8th Circuit Court, I think out of St. Louis, the judge said, not so fast. So there's a hold on that, even though just the other day he announced that people need to put in their applications. I guess they put the brakes on that. And we'll talk about that. And people are very upset. And somebody asked me on Instagram yesterday, so what's wrong with student debt forgiveness? The fact that you would answer that question tells me that you're not prepared for the answer, so I'm not going to waste my time. What a dumb fucking question. So what's wrong with student debt forgiveness? Talk about that too. And then there's something I want you to see. And this will be your daily dose of anger blood. This is going to make that drop come from your nostril, your eye, or your ear, kind of like Ebola. But you will have a drop of anger blood after I show you some pictures of a teacher, a 4th grade teacher. Think of your babies when they were in 4th grade. Or maybe your babies are younger than that, and they're headed to 4th grade. 9 years old, 9 and 10 years old in the 4th grade. Just remember the innocence of that little child. And then you're going to juxtapose that with these images of a 4th grade teacher that I'm going to show you. Yes, you're going to get mad. If you grind your teeth, get your mouthpiece now, because you're going to be like this. Okay? I promise. Let's get some of these super dupers, shall we? What's up, yo hoser? Thank you very much. Christian, he says, I had to step in for this one. Yeah, man, we're talking about your boy. Faynox says, you are going to talk about my dictator, Mini Castro. That's right. Come in tight. Canadians get in the front row. Chazo Ghost, thank you for the Hamilton. He says $50 says the next crime, God forbid mass shooting, happens in Canada, is going to be perpetuated with a handgun. Curse you, Justin Trudeau. Justin Castro. That's right. They're setting something up. They're setting something up. And there's a point I want to make about that. I'm going to try to save it. And I'm seeing a lot of free JJ Finnegan in here. Yeah, free him. I didn't ban him, but yeah, free him. Release JJ Finnegan from his confines. GJB Films, thank you very much for the Hamilton. It says, yo, Jericho, happy you're talking about my least favorite Cuban. I mean, Canadian. Canada is screwed in almost every way. I'm planning on moving to the U.S. with my Filipina girlfriend. Hopefully. Hey, come on down. Come on down. Bring your lady. When you get here, get married and start pumping out them damn kids. We need more good people to make babies. It's one of the ways we can turn the tide and fix this shit. Get rid of this diarrhea sandwich that they dropped in our lap. Spunbearing65, thank you for the Hamilton. I'm going to MAGA trickle down. We are going to destroy Biden next. Yeah, whatever that is, give it to him on November 8th. Whatever the MAGA trickle down is. What a jackass. Hey, shout out to my man Big 12 Sports and Smack, a friendship group. I was on his page yesterday, had a great time. Was on there for about an hour and some change, and I really appreciate it. Hope he has me back soon. Thank you for the Twomsky. Says, great conversation last night. Thanks again for the interview on my channel. Oh, and go Cowboys. See, you would end it with some inflammatory shit like that. I've had a deep hate for the Cowboys since the 90s, growing up as a Niner fan. I would say since the 80s, but we were beating the shit out of them in the 80s, and they weren't doing shit. Arum Faye, thank you for the Hamilton. It says, prayers to the real Canadians who didn't vote for this turd. Honk, honk, Canada. Eh? Yeah, if you guys didn't take part in this shit and didn't help force this upon your country, and I keep getting Chozo. All right, I got it. Chozo. And I've said this before, and I believe it. I think the ladies Penelopes got us in this situation, or got you guys in this situation. That clam downstairs. I think they were thinking with that because he's a good-looking guy. He's, handsome, I guess. So they're, oh, he's cute and he's so nice and gentle. Oh, he's like somebody you can sit Indian style barefoot with and play acoustic guitar, and he'll braid your hair and do your toenails. So I think they fell for that, and that's what got him there. I hope you guys snapped out of it and you get rid of that turd. I don't know how if you guys have midterms and stuff up there. I know you guys don't quite have a constitution like ours, which sucks, which is what got you in this situation in the first damn place. But come on, Canada. Come on. But first, this live stream is brought to you by MyPillow. Are you not sleeping well? MyPillow can help you get the best night's sleep of your life. Wake up and feel well rested. All pillows are made right here in the USA and Minnesota. MyPillow is backed with a 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and is machine washable and dryable. Sleep is one of the most important things to your health, and MyPillow is one of the most important things to your sleep. So go to mypillow.com/Jericho, linked in the description box. Use promo code Jericho to unlock your great deals today. Appreciate that, guys. No bullshit. You're right, Tammy. Hit that like and sub. I have my pillows all over my bed. My pillow sheets, my pillow comforters, my pillow robe, towels, slippers. They do it all, not just pillows. I know that title might throw you, but they do way more than pillows. Go to the website and you will see that for yourself. So let's talk about what's her name. No, my bad. It's a dude. Justin Castro, the PM, the Prime Minister of Canada. He made a decree that Effective immediately, no more guns will be sold, transferred, or imported into Canada or in Canada. And it struck me, and we're going to check out an article from NPR. You ever want to make yourself mad? Go to NPR. Go to NPR's website. That shit will infuriate you. Their articles, the radio, near where I live, it's 8:10 a.m. out of the Bay Area is the NPR radio station. It is some wild shit. But this is from NPR, and it says Trudeau orders an immediate freeze on the sale of handguns in Canada. Now, just imagine, Americans, if Biden perverted could just say, no more handguns, or no more assault weapons or assault rifles. No more of this and no more of that. Just imagine if he could do that. How crazy our world would be. How fucked up America would be. And we would only be America by location at that point. Because we will have completely changed otherwise. You wouldn't recognize the America that you grew up in. Just imagine if the president could just do that. No more. Or more of this. But our Constitution keeps him from doing that. And it says Trudeau orders an immediate freeze on the sale of handguns. Just like that. Him. Here, let me share the screen so you can look at this doughy-eyed fool. He couldn't beat his way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in his hands. This dude is 100% cream puff. Fucking Justin Castro. There he is, the pride of Canada. All right, so Justine. It says Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is placing a nationwide freeze on the sale, purchase, and transfer of handguns effective immediately. The handgun freeze is the latest in an ongoing battle among Canadian lawmakers over gun control measures. In Parliament, legislators are still debating the passage of a bill introduced in May that would be one of the strongest pieces of gun control legislation in decades. The new handgun freeze is an immediate action the Trudeau administration said it is taking as the conversation around the bill continues. So until this bill is figured out, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I want to in the meantime. And this is a quote from Justine Castro. When people are being killed, when people are being hurt, responsible leadership requires us to act, Trudeau said at a news conference on Friday announcing the new measure. Recently, again, we have seen too many examples of horrific tragedies involving firearms. Because people that want to bring harm against other people, all they use is handguns. No knives. There wasn't a huge mass murder with a knife recently in Canada. That didn't happen. These two brothers did not go around stabbing a bunch of people and killing them. They didn't do it with knives. All violent crime is committed with handguns. And if you just get the handguns out of the mix, then you will have no more violent crime. Thanks for cracking the case, Trudeau. You're a smart little sumbitch. In addition to a ban on handgun sales, it is also now forbidden to bring newly acquired handguns into Canada. The freeze is being met with elation from gun reform groups who welcome the immediate action. Reducing the proliferation of handguns is one important example of the evidence-based measures Canada needs to reduce gun violence and save lives. Canadian Doctors for Protection from Guns tweeted in a response to the news. Canadian Doctors for Protection from Guns. What the fuck is that? Are they just sick of patching bullet wounds and they just got together to get rid of these guns? But the Canadian Coalition for Firearm Rights argues that placing stricter legislation on guns does not decrease gun violence. Shootings in Canada are on the rise, although the rate of violent deaths by firearms there is still a fraction of those in the U.S. Trudeau began steadily introducing gun reforms after one of Canada's deadliest shootings in history 2 years ago. The Prime Minister banned 1,500 models of assault-style firearms and variations of the AR-15 rifles in 2020. You see how they snuck that in? The rate of violent deaths by firearms there is still a fraction of those in the U.S. Way to thumb your own country in the eye, NPR. America's the worst. Our goal over time is to see the amount of handguns in our communities reduced. Oh, if that Trudeau said that, sorry. Our goal over time is to see the amount of handguns in our communities reduced, Trudeau said at Friday's news conference. Damn, Canada, you guys can't come out and play anymore? That little rat bastard. So I guess now that it's effective immediately, the handguns, no more sales, no more transfers, no more imports of handguns. Now, so they stopped the bleeding. So now they got to sew it up. So now what they're going to have to do is go around and collect the handguns because they stopped the flow of new ones. Okay, if you have an electrical fire, first thing you got to do is cut off the power source. So that way it stops feeding the fire. Then you can put it out because you can't put it out when it's constantly being replenished. So first you cut off the source. They've done that. No more new handguns. No more transferring them between you want to give a gift. Oh, hey, man, I like your gun. I'll buy it from you. I'll trade you. Purchasing a new one. So Canada, what you got is what you got. You can't go buy new ones anymore. So whatever handguns you accumulated, that's it. So now they got to go in and collect those guns. So next, what you're going to see is gun confiscation or voluntary gun turn-ins. You go in and turn your gun in. We'll give you, a gas card or a gift card somewhere. We'll give you some money, or we'll trade you. It'll be nothing near the value of your gun because guns can be very expensive. Even a cheap gun is a few $100s, handgun. So now that they've stopped the flow of new ones, they're going to have to take them. And they'll probably point to Australia, New Zealand. They'll point to some other country where they confiscated the guns to show you that there's precedent. It's already been done. Look at the Australians who turned in their guns and look how happy they are. Because they are not under the boot of their oppressive government at all. Don't worry. The sweet and sour sniffles lockdowns didn't ravage that country to epic proportions. Okay? That didn't happen. What you've been told is wrong. Look at Australia. Look how little guns they have and how happy they are. Don't you want to be happy like Australia? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a gun buyback. Buyback? You didn't buy it in the first place. But we're going to give you pennies on the dollar for your expensive firearm so you can turn it in. Okay? Jarhead for Life says, coming here next. I don't know. America has a much larger population than Canada. It's much more spread out. A lot of Canadians are concentrated around the water. And I guess that's the same for us too. But there's still millions and millions of people in the middle of the country. America's not as barren and wild as most of Canada. So that's what's going to happen next. But that's just phase 2. Phase 1, what he just did. No more. Stop it. Okay, he wagged his well-manicured finger at you and said, no more. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, voluntary buybacks are turning your gun in. Pretty good so far, just words. But then you got to worry about that damn phase 3. Phase 3 is, well, now we got to come get them because we gave you a chance to turn them in. Remember the Tim Hortons gift cards we offered you? We offered you free Molson, free Old Milwaukee, Moosehead money. We tried it, and you didn't turn them in. You didn't turn in enough. It didn't meet our standards. So now we're going to come get your guns from you. And we don't have the resources to find out who has what. Maybe this database that we have doesn't have everything in it. But what we'll do is we'll turn your neighbors against you. We'll incentivize them to turn you in. A neighbor, they might have a neighbor that has a bunch of guns and they don't like them. They're not dangerous. The neighbors never threatened them or anything, but they just don't like them. But they know they have a bunch of guns. Turn them in. You might have some crazy ass family member who's a granola headed dirt fucker who believes all this bullshit. They might turn you in. You never know. So this is just phase 2, Canada. I know Justin Trudeau he's soft-spoken and he has really sensitive, doughy eyes. And he probably shaves his legs right after his wife is done with the razor. But he's evil, pure evil. 100%. If you could test his evil levels, they would read 100%. Just dip it in there. Dip it in some of his, get a drop of his blood, dip it in there. Go like this. Shake it. Yep, that is 100% evil. Now, I would love to say what you said, Heidi Booth, but you know, the YouTube overlords. But yes, you are 100% right. He is a little 3-letter word. And that really sucks, Canada, because you guys are right there. You're our neighbor to the north. You're America's hat. But to see him wield his power like that, and again, I know we got our problems. Our problem is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Are you kidding me? Our president is just as bad, if not worse, than yours. But he just can't sit up there and say, that's probably really what he would say. Do you think if you woke Biden up out of a sleep and took him outside and put a microphone in his face, he would say anything other than, so damn, Canada, that's really shitty for you guys. I know it's hard to become a Canadian citizen. It's actually very difficult. And you hear these celebrities, I'm moving to Canada or I'm going to Canada. No, you're not. You can't just waltz into Canada. The Canadian criteria for becoming a citizen is some very tough shit. Let me see if I can. Criteria for becoming a Canadian citizen. I clearly said criteria, and the phone put in superior. That doesn't sound like criteria. Canadian is a rich culture, blah, blah, blah. What do I got to do to get there? Okay, to become a Canadian citizen, most applicants must be a permanent resident, have lived in Canada for at least three out of the last 5 years. Here we go. Have filled your taxes if you needed to, pass the citizenship test, prove your language skills in English or French. Could affect your eligibility. Okay, that's if you have bad shit. Get the package, pay the fee, submit. Pretty standard. But you have to be bringing something to the country. You have to be, look at that. Prove your language skills in English or French. How come they require that? They do that here. They require that here, but how come they don't do it for the elite? Never mind. We all know the answer to that question. Sorry, Canada. Damn. Wish we could send you guys some of this American freedom. I wish we could send you guys a constitution. Maybe you could put that into place. Maybe you can etch that in stone up there, but damn, we can't. So, after this, and now even if, let's just say, let's say he backtracks. Let's say in the next week or so, sometime really soon, he backtracks. He says, I was wrong. I overstepped my bounds, whatever. Whether he decided to do that or maybe the rest of Parliament or something decided for him. But let's just say for some reason, Trudeau backs off. Canadians still have to make him pay for that. The fact that he did it lets you know that he has to be removed. So the next time it comes around, for him to be reelected, sorry, I just got a little bit of that acid reflux when I said Trudeau reelected. Gross. But if even if he backtracks, you guys can't let him off the hook. He has to pay for that. He just woke up and decided you can't have this anymore. That is so weird. That is so wrong. That's so parental. You can't tell me what I can't have. You can't. I'm an adult. I'm a tax-paying American adult. You can't tell me what I can't have. I don't like that shit. And it happens here all the time. And it pisses me off. Because I've made it this far, in this whole adult thing that I'm going through. So if I make a mistake, I can deal with it. But that just feels so foreign to have a government body tell you what you can and can't have. But at least in America, some things, like I said, our president, our whoever, our senators, our whoever's congressmen and women can't just say no more of these. That's very dictatorial. So boo-hoo Canada, huh? Oh, let's get this. Guys, how about some Biden clips, huh? Yeah. Let's get to some Biden clips. Let's check out what's he up to. What are you up to, man? What's he talking about? What's he mumbling about? What sentences are he stumbling through? What words is he slurring right now? Let's check in with him. What are you up to, man? Here we go. He's talking about running. He's talking about running again. Term number 2. What you gonna do? Pants full of poo. All right.
But it's my intention to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh,
Dr. Biden thinks.
Oh, damn. The interviewer thought he was falling asleep. Like, oh, he's about to reach over and tap him. Sir, Mr. Biden. Hey, sir. So he says it's intention to run. He hasn't even made up his mind, and he's halfway through his term. You're halfway through, man. This isn't, you're not running for class president, okay? You might want to get the ball rolling on your next campaign if that's what you want to do. And I think part of me wants him to run again, just so he gets completely embarrassed. But he says it's his intention to run. Well, then just say you want to run. Why? You made up that your own mind. You said you want to do it. So what are you waiting for? And he says, is Dr. Biden for it? And this is what he had to say.
Thinks that my wife thinks that
Come on.
that we're doing something very important.
This is so sad. One more time, Sloppy Joe.
I have not made that formal decision, but it's my intention.
Mm-hmm.
My intention to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Dr. Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh,
Dr. Biden thinks that my wife thinks that we're doing something very important. I have not.
People, what more evidence do we need? He barely made it through. I don't know if something was going on inside of his mind, and the lights are on and nobody's home. He had that 1,000-yard stare, and even the guy's like, oh, like he's Mr. President, like he was trying to get his attention again, trying to bring him back. This poor son of a bitch. And they just keep dragging his ass out there every day. I guess they missed his little Adderall injection because he was about to lose consciousness. My Dr. Biden, my wife, that is his doctor, his nurse, his wife, his orderly. She does a lot of things. She thinks that that we're doing a lot of good, important work, a lot of stuff that's important. Damn, dog. Maybe in the headset, sir. The next line, are you, sir? Oh, we're doing there it is. Almost like a heroin addict. Maybe Joe Biden is on heroin. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're being too hard on him. Maybe he's a junkie. Maybe he's on that shit and he's about to nod off. I had a relative in my family who was on heroin. And he would sit there and nod off on the couch and shit. Maybe that's what Biden's doing. Maybe Biden's on heroin. Maybe Biden is on a heroin. Did you guys ever think about that? I mean, look at his son. The fruit doesn't fall far from the narcotic tree. His daughter, she was on some shit. Maybe he's on some shit. Maybe this whole time we're thinking he's just this extremely old man who's just out of his league, but maybe he's on heroin because that fool almost dozed off. He said, Mr. President, oh, wait a minute. Were you going to reach over and wake him up? Holy shit, man. Mr. President, oh. Oh, God. Just mess up after mess up after mess up after mess up. You know what? Let's keep going. Hold on. We'll get to this in a second. Hold on, move that. We'll go back to this. Well, that's not the one I want. Okay. We'll redo it. So this here is where he is talking about the MAGA trickle down. That sounds like they're going to have something like that at a monster truck race. Sunday, the MAGA trickle down. Bigfoot, grave digger, and MAGA trickle down. What is that? Who is coming up with these? Is it him? Are they saying one thing and then he gets out, he runs out on stage, MAGA trickle down. What is that shit? What is that shit, people? I want to know right now. I want to know what the MAGA trickle down. MAGA Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled MAGA trickle downs. What the fuck is that? MAGA trickle. Maybe this is the only thing he's able to remember because MAGA and MAGA are only off by one letter. Maybe that's all his 3 aneurysms and an embolism brain can handle. Peter Piper picked a pack of MAGA trickle down. This guy. This fucking guy right here. MAGA trickle down. I don't think that's going to get any less fun to say in the next hour or so, people. So be prepared. Here we go. Oh, man, why'd I do that shit? Not that. This one. Here we go.
The election is not a referendum. It's a choice. It's a choice. And the Republicans can criticize my economic record, but look at what I've inherited and what I've done.
Look at those eyes
Look
struggling.
what they're offering. It's MAGA trickle down. MAGA trickle down. The kind of policies that have failed the country before and will fail it again. And it'll mean more wealth to the very wealthy, higher inflation for the middle class.
Which is what you
That's
do.
the choice we're facing. That's why I think that we're going to do just fine. The election is not a referendum. It's a choice. It's a choice. And the Republicans can criticize my economic record, but look at what I've inherited
Here we
and what
go.
I've done.
They're changing the page.
Look at what they're offering. It's MAGA trickle down. MAGA trickle down. The kind of policies that have failed the country before and will fail it again. And it'll mean more wealth to the very wealthy.
Which is you.
Higher inflation for the middle class.
Which you've already done.
That's the choice we're facing. That's why I think that we're going to do just fine. The election.
Any choice is better than you. What do you mean the election is not a referendum? Yes, it is. On you. This is the choice we have. You act like you're the better of the two choices. If they vacated your office for the last half of your term, that would be better than you. An empty seat would be better than you. Take the podium he's standing behind and wrap it in plastic like it's being stored somewhere. That would be better than you. If the press corps came in there and just sat there silent in front of an empty podium, that would be better than you. And you never explain what the fuck a MAGA trickle down is. You just said it's what Republicans do and it won't work again. Well, what is it? And he's like, it's the MAGA trickle. They must have been changing screens. Whoever's holding the cards, they must have been switching because he didn't know what to say unless it's in front of him. MAGA trickle down. MAGA. That was Trump, right? Just say Republicans. And who are these MAGA Republicans? Who are they? Because I didn't see any of them standing up for Trump when he was in there or after. Where are they? Who are they? These MAGA. If you didn't talk about Trump, you would hardly have anything to say. MAGA trickle down. The MAGA trickle down. This is it, guys. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is live. This is the show. We're on right now. This is live. And this is what we got. Holy shit. MAGA. Still, you're halfway through your term and you're still talking about the guy from the last one. What you inherited. If you would have stuck to what you inherited, you'd be one of the greats. I would have nothing. You could even talk the way you talk. And if you kept everything that Trump had in place, all we could talk about is how you talk because your presidency would be off the charts. Your presidency would be fire. We couldn't say anything. I mean, he just talks. His talking's fucked up. Okay, that's fine. But he's a great president. That's not what we can say. Justin Weeks says, trickle down versus Voltron. Exactly. Oh, the people, all they want is their MAGA trickle down. Please, somebody call MAGA trickle down. I am here, MAGA trickle down. Oh, man. God, we're in trouble. USAF Bull retired. Thank you for the Twomsky again, sir. Says, why not? The Royals had a mega Megan meltdown. They still have that. Tell that girl to shut up. Don't you realize you're a princess? Shut up. What more do you want? Ladies, just imagine if you could wake up tomorrow and be a real life princess. You can live in a castle and you can dress like Cinderella every day if you want to. You're a real live princess. What are you bitching about? If someone made me a prince, if I woke up tomorrow and I was Prince Jericho Green of Wales or wherever she's from, Essex, Sussex, man, you wouldn't hear shit out of me. I'd be too busy knighting people and cutting ribbons with giant gold scissors, opening hospitals and shit and playing cricket or whatever they do. That's all you'd ever hear from me. I say, old boy. I'd be skeet shooting and fencing. What are you talking about, woman? Shut your ungrateful ass up. Because we can always send you back to be a commoner. You want to be the prince or the pauper? Idiot. They sure did have a mega Megan meltdown. MAGA, trickle down. So stupid. And he says this shit out loud. But that's true. I don't care what they say. 81 million? Bullshit. Bullshit. 81 million. Who? Were they alive? All of them? No. You know damn good and well. People were voting from beyond the grave, posthumously. You can't cast a vote posthumously. You can't do that. If you counted the people who weren't in a grave, that number would be a hell of a lot lower. Boy, I'm telling you. Yeah, Miss S66. Megan is a victim, poor thing. She got plucked from obscurity and put into a royal family. Poor thing. My goodness. Could you imagine? Fellas, you wake up tomorrow and you're a damn prince. You wouldn't hear shit from me. I'd be somewhere sitting on the back of a horse getting an oil paint or oil portrait done of myself. I'd be wearing those Captain Crunch things on my shoulder with the saber. Man, I'd be princed out. I'd be like, what's next? What else do I get to do? Fuck. Woman's a princess and she's talking shit. Miss Auntie Tom says, please talk about Roland Martin going off on Tucker Carlson. Was he on the show? I mean, Tucker would have him on there, but was he brave enough to go? Roland Martin, Tucker Carlson. There we go. No, I guess he didn't go on the show. Let's see what this says. Roland Martin rips Tucker Carlson demand to see SCOTUS nominees LSAT score. It's hilarious when white folks go to the test, is what Roland Martin says. I mean, I've heard him talk shit before, so I guess if you've heard it once, you've heard it all. But that dude is absolutely disgusting. He looks like a dark-skinned Danny DeVito. Up here in his fucking African garb. Take that shit off. If you aren't in Africa or you're not African, don't wear that shit. It looks stupid. You ain't no damn African. If you're so African, take your ass to where they made that shit and live there. Son of a bitch. Sitting up there talking about white folks when you're on a white person's station. Black person don't even own BET. Talking about white people when they sign your checks, you dumbass. And I would love to see Jumanji Brown Jackson's LSAT score because she couldn't tell us what a woman was. So I need to know your intelligence level. But I guess by not answering that question, we know your intelligence level. Fucking Jumanji Brown. So what? I'm glad Tucker Carlson called her ass out. Why not show him? Why not show the scores and shut your mouth instead of complaining about him asking for them? Roland Martin. I can't stand that dumbass. Always talking some shit. Hydrate. But surprisingly, people, today it's only going to get to about 74, 75. I think we're done with the hot weather where I live. Because all this week it's going to be low 70s. So I think we're creeping into fall finally, and it's only late October. Yesterday it was 87. Just saying. So now we're finally getting out of that. The leaves are starting to turn orange or fall off the tree. Woman's favorite time of year. Fall, it's so nice. I can hold my drink like this. So yesterday we did an experiment and it went well. Okay, I had a loaded Glock 17 in the studio with me. And at no point did it jump up and shoot me. It's on tape. It's on film. I filmed the whole thing. We're going to try it again. Maybe because, oh yeah, Heidi Booth, climate change. Yeah, it's called seasons. So maybe what happened was because they tell us that it's gun violence. The gun is the source of the violence. You saw it up north. You saw it in America's hat. Get rid of those damn handguns and you will get rid of violent crime. So maybe what I did wrong is I didn't have a large enough caliber. Maybe if the caliber is right, the loaded gun will jump up and shoot me. So we're going to try it out here today. I have a Glock 21 with an O-light. Love it. And this is a 45. Okay? So this is bigger than the 9mm. Maybe if this one is loaded, this will jump up and shoot me because guns are the source of the violence. So here we go. Check that out. Tip it back. My thumb in the magazine well. Make sure it's empty. Yes, it is. I'm going to get the magazine. Look at that. It's for instructional purposes only, YouTube. Look at that. 45 hollow point. This is what you call all business. Okay? Seat it properly. Put the slide forward. She is hot to try. Okay? Glocks don't have safeties. They don't have hammers. Once you chamber around, she's ready to go. Okay? Here it is. I'll sit her down right there on the table. See what happens. Okay? Based off of yesterday's experiment, based off of yesterday's results, I should be okay. But the mainstream mediocres and the blue check marks and the empty suit politicians, they tell us that these things are violent by nature. So I'll keep, if you see me glancing over like this, if you see me glancing over every now and again, I'm looking at that damn gun, making sure it doesn't jump up and hey. So we'll see. You guys watch out for me, okay? Username, I know, hollow points in California, weird. But see, in California, they're so stupid that they'll say, okay, in 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to buy these anymore. So what happened? What do people do? They're going to buy them all, stupid. In 2 weeks, you can't have this. So we're going to go buy them all. So you're selling more guns and ammunition and shit. I don't get it. Lori Ann, it is a beautiful thing. I love that thing. I love my Glock. I even shot that a little bit when I went to the front sight course last year. It was 99% of it was my 17, but I brought that one for a day just to fuck around with it. And it was great. She performed awesome. Both of them. No jams, no nothing. The only jams that they had were the jams that you purposely, like a stovetop round or something like that, where you're working on fixing a jam. So the only time it jammed was when I made it purposely. You put a round in there, put the slide forward, so it's like the round didn't eject all the way, so you don't tip it, rack the slide, all that shit. But they both performed beautifully. Love Glocks, recommend it for anyone, no matter your level of advancement. So now we're going to talk about that student loan debt forgiveness. You little bastard. Walter Kovacs, there was a time where I would dispute that, but probably, unfortunately, but probably. Yes, big CH2, it'll blow both lungs out. As we learned from our grandpa in chief, the gun expert, a 9mm is a lung blower. That'll blow your lung all the way out, but only one lung. But if you use a 45, that'll take both your lungs and your kidneys. You guys didn't know that. You didn't know that shit. A 45 will take both lungs and a kidney, but only those organs, nothing else. Because a 9mm only takes a lung, 45 takes both lungs and your kidney, but that's it. You guys need to get smarter. Start listening to Biden's Pervertus more, and you'll get smarter and smarter by the minute. So now the student loan debt forgiveness. There's been a little bump in the road. All right? Don't get mad. Don't get mad, guys. It'll probably come back, right? Come back around. Right? Bobby Baloney, I carry the Glock 34, but I'm a big boy. Mouse C, yes, the Glock 21 is very mean. If you're on the business end. If not, beautiful thing to have. Erica by Da Vinci, thank you for the 50. Dahmer, Bundy, Jack the Ripper, etc. never used a gun. My Smith & Wesson M&P edition with the bedazzled leopard print grip will never leave my side. I'll see you got protection and class. You see that, ladies? You can look good and protect yourself. You do whatever you want, but dazzle it. You can have shit hanging off the bottom, tassels. You could glue little figurines to the side. I don't care what you do. Just make sure you are trained and that thing is fully functioning and it's on you. Other than that, you have creative freedom. I'm glad you have that, Erica by Da Vinci. I'm glad. Oh, also on my Glock, I have a Hogue rubber grip. Love that thing. Not that it was a bitch to shoot without it, but it's just a little fuller in the hand, better grip. I like Hogue. Hogue. See that? See the Hogue grip on there? All right, let me put it back down. Make sure it's not going to jump up and shoot me. It's back down. It's loaded. We'll see what she does. Probably nothing. Oh, they're so stupid. Anyway, a court temporarily blocks the student debt forgiveness, loan forgiveness. Why? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with you paying for somebody else's shit? Court temporarily blocks Biden student loan forgiveness. Forgive. Says a U.S. appeals court on Friday temporarily blocked President Joe Biden's plan to cancel billions of dollars in college student loans 1 day after a judge dismissed a Republican-led lawsuit by 6 states challenging the debt forgiveness program. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals granted the state's emergency petition to freeze the loan forgiveness plan until the court rules on their request for a longer-term injunction, while Thursday's decision against the state is being appealed. The St. Louis-based appeals court also ordered an expedited briefing schedule on the matter. The U.S. District Judge Henry Autry in St. Louis ruled on Thursday that while the 6 Republican-led states had raised important and significant challenges to the debt relief plan, he threw out their lawsuit on grounds that they lacked necessary legal standing to pursue the case. I don't understand why the fact that you're having a bunch of people who had nothing to do with you incurring that debt, but we have to help you pay it off. That should be enough. Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and South Carolina said Biden's plan skirted congressional authority and threatened the state's future tax revenues and money earned by state entities that invest in or service the student loans. The case is one of a number of conservative state attorney general and legal groups have filed seeking to halt the debt forgiveness plan announced in August by Biden, a Democrat. The policy benefiting millions of Americans, Biden said, the U.S. government will forgive up to $10,000 in student loan debt for borrowers making less than $125,000 a year or $250,000 for married couples. Borrowers who received Pell Grants to benefit lower income college students will have up to $20,000 of their debt forgiven. So if you have any other kind of grant or loan, it's $10,000. But if you receive the Pell Grant to benefit lower income college students, then you'll get up to $20,000, double. The policy fulfilled a promise that Biden made during the 2020 presidential campaign to help debt-saddled former college students. The Congressional Budget Office in September calculated that the debt forgiveness would cost the government, about $400 billion. So we are just going to pull that money out of our asses and pay for a bunch of college debt for people that wanted to study unicorn orgasms. So because you wanted to fuck around and get a bachelor's degree in cat flagellants, now we have to dig in our pocket, which is getting more and more empty by the day, and pay for your bullshit. Didn't you go to college to get a well-paying job so you could pay for your own shit? I didn't go to college. I went to the military instead. Why do I have to pay for your punk ass to go to college? And then, not to mention the people who did go to college and paid back their own loans. What about them? They've already paid back loans. Now they got to help you pay yours? $10,000 or 20 if you got something called a Pell Grant? That is awful. That should be illegal. And that is stupid. $400 billion. Damn near $500 billion. For what again? Why? Because you said you were going to do it? Well, tell them you made a mistake. I do that with my kids all the time. I say I'm going to do something. If it turns out I can't, I explain it to them. I thought I was going to be able to at the time, but I can't now. I'm sorry. Next. $400 billion for you to go to college. I'm glad you went to college. Pay for your own shit, though. And what do you say again? What do you say to the people who took out those loans and paid them back? Tough shit. You should have waited. What are you going to tell them? And if this doesn't end up going through, because that's very possible, this could be another empty promise. But if it doesn't go through, what are you going to tell the people who've already put in their applications that you told them to put in a fucking week ago? My bad. No, this is what he's going to tell them. That's what he's going to tell you. So take that to your bank and your bills and shit. Take that to them. Tell them. Can you say that to them? Can you say that to the people you've taken out loans with, to your mortgage? You tell that to your cell phone company, car note, kids, extracurricular shit. Can you say that to them? You can try, but I don't think it's going to work. And this is right before midterms. You thought you were going to throw them this bone before the midterms. What are you going to do? You going to take it back? Are those people not going to vote for you now? But those people were voting for you just because of their debt forgiveness. Fuck them anyway. That is some bullshit. We got to pay for somebody else's loan that they took out, and I don't even know you. I don't even know you. And I got to pay for your loans for some bullshit degree you got? That does not sound right because it's not right. The fuck? You pay for your own shit. Most people don't care what anybody else does, as long as it doesn't affect me and as long as I don't have to pay for it. Arun Faith, thank you very much. If they want their loans forgiven, they can join the military like I did. I'm debt-free because of the Air Force. Thank you for your service, Arun Faith. There you go. That's another option. Saddle up. Go join the military. Why not? You get to serve your country, get rid of your debt, get to travel, meet new people, learn some new skills. Sounds like a win-win, guys. It really does. It sounds like a win-win. But they won't do that because that takes hard work and effort. Faithless. How about this? This is a little bit easier than joining the military. Work a second job. Stop that, Faithless. Stop that right now. You can't be throwing out good ideas for people to take care of their own fucking problems. This is not the place for that. Okay? This is not the comment section for common sense. Okay? And what's right. That's not the place for that. Here we're handing out excuses and we're handing out government money. Okay? Getting a second job or a, dare I say, I told you not to say second job, Faithless, but I'm going to be a hypocrite and I'm going to say a third job. I know. You can work 3. I've done it before. You can work, guys, okay? I know we talk about American freedoms, but here's another American freedom. You are free to work as many jobs as you can handle. Can you handle 4? I bet you can. I bet you can't handle 4 jobs, but if you can, work them. Remember that skit from In Living Color called Hey Man? And it was about this Jamaican family, and they all had a gang of jobs. They all had like 8 jobs, and if you only had 2 jobs, they looked at you like a piece of shit. Hey, she's all, Daddy, I want to date this boy. And the dad says, how many jobs does he have? And she goes, he has 3 jobs. He's the mailman, the milkman, and a janitor. And the dad goes, he only has 3 jobs? That lazy lima bean. You're a lazy lima bean if you only have 3 jobs. That's the beauty of this country. You can work until you drop. Now, if you're a truck driver, they got limits on that. You got to sleep. But if you're out here like a regular person, working a regular job that doesn't involve using heavy machinery, shit. How many jobs can you handle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever you can handle, because you do what you have to do to take care of your business, to handle your business. Your business. It shouldn't be up to society at large to pay your tab. You ordered all this shit, so you got to pay for it. $400 billion just cuz. Just cuz I said I would. Well, say something different. Say that's not a good idea. I don't know. Golly, man. $400 billion because you wanted a degree in unicorn orgasms. Golly. Pope Anthony says, I worked 3 jobs from 83 to 85, and look who is alive and well with us today. It's not going to kill you. Majestic Sevens, I don't think. I mean, it's a job if they pay you for it, but he says 4th job is a backdoor man. I guess if they're paying you to do it, it's a job. Or were you the pitcher or the catcher? Never. We'll leave that alone. Leave that right there. So yeah, you could just work more jobs. That's an idea. Again, I'm seeing, you don't say, and others I'm seeing asking, where's JJ Finnegan? Has he been released? Whoever was responsible for banning him, unban him. Please. Whoever did, undo it. There you go. Problem solved. Cyrilus for life. 2 part-time jobs equals a full-time job. Hey, I love that simple math. I love that simple math. Very simple. Oh yeah, Andrew Brown, I heard about that. I heard about that shit. So apparently, Biden, I think this is the first Build Back Better project, and it's in, forgive me if I'm wrong, I'm just going up, I don't feel like looking it up, but I believe it's in New Hampshire, and it's a shitty town in New Hampshire that has high crime and drug use, but they found a way to allocate $20 million for homeless veteran support. No, I'm just kidding. City infrastructure. No, I'm just fucking with you. Education. No. Again, I'm just playing. Those would be great. But instead, what they did was they put $20 million into installing heated sidewalks. Yeah. Let me get closer to the microphone. Heated sidewalks. 20 mil. Heated sidewalks. So just know, dope fiends in this New Hampshire town, at least your feet will be warm as you scurry to get your methamphetamine or your heroin. Ladies and gentlemen of that small New Hampshire town, as you're running from the aforementioned drug addict, as they try to carjack you or stab you or shoot you, just know your feet will be warm. All right? When they load you up in that gurney, at least you can say, I think my feet are warm. Yeah, you're hemorrhaging blood, and every time your heart beats, it's squirting out of your jugular. But whose feet are toasty? Huh? Who's on a gurney losing their life, but they have toasty feet? Put your hand up. That's me. 20 million for heated sidewalks. Yes, those strips of concrete that you walk on with no problems. Well, now they got heated ones. Thank God. You don't want your citizens walking around with cold feet. That would be an outrage. Heated sidewalks. Guys, what the fuck is going on here? Huh? Did he mention that in his Build Back Better plan? I don't know. I know it's Build Back Better, but I have no respect for it, so I call it whatever I want. Build Back Butter. Somehow, if they took that 1.2 trillion and put it into the butter industry, I feel like somehow that would benefit us more. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. I'm trying to figure this shit out just like you. CLJ, thank you. So will the college educated still look down on the working class since we're helping them pay back their loans? Of course. They will continue to. Why wouldn't they? There's no consequences for them doing so. They continue to look down their noses at us and we continue to pay their fucking bills. Why would you change your behavior? And just in time, these heated sidewalks are just in time for winter. Old Grandpa Winter's about to squat over most of the country and drop a savage deuce. But at least in that New Hampshire town, I believe it's New Hampshire. I could be wrong. But they're going to have warm sidewalks. But I saw a story on it, a quick little news clip, where one of the they were interviewing some of the people in the town. And do you think they were happy about their heated sidewalks? No. All they could talk about is how they had to drive 45 minutes to go shopping and how there was a high crime and drug issue in their town. But that $20 million could not have been spent anywhere better in that city. Nowhere. The best place to spend $20 million is on heated sidewalks. But one of the ladies was talking about how they did that in New York and they were malfunctioning and people were slipping and falling and hurting themselves. How can we spend this $20 million? How can we spend this $20 million? Program? No. We could use it in the school? No. We have homeless? No. We could build? No. We could bring store and commerce? No. I got it. Sidewalks. Great idea, sir. I know, Johnson. All I have is great ideas. $20 million on sidewalks. Rome 13, that's a slap in the face. That's a slap on the ass. That's a slap everywhere. A slap in the titty. That's a slap in the nuts. 20 mil on heated sidewalks. At least you guys can walk around barefoot in the winter. Andrew Justice, why would you say that? Andrew Justice says they crumble in a year. Do you think the federal government is going to waste $20 million on something that's going to fail miserably in 365 days? Is that what you think? Huh? Is that what you think, Mr. Andrew Justice? You forget, I'm talking about the United States of America, not some third world banana boat republic dictatorial horse shit. I'm talking about the greatest country in the world. Our federal government would never. Damn it, Andrew, you're right. Yeah, they would. They sure the fuck would. You think it's going to last for a whole year? You think that? You think they're going to last a whole year? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Well, guys, you think I'm going to be walking around with this drop of anger blood on my own? By myself? Of course not, guys. You're going to share this shit with me. And you're thinking, what the fuck is this, Jericho? That's what I thought too when I saw it. What the fuck is this? Well, you're about to find out. This, guys, is a 4th grade teacher. Hit it. And there's no sound. Thank God. Huh? Huh? Man, shouldn't you be doing some lesson plans or something with all this free time? And I just have one question. Who in the fuck is pulling up to a school and handing their child over to this 5 days a week? Why isn't the school not saying, hey, bruh, you can't dress like an 18-year-old girl. You got to dress like a fucking man. Take those capri pants off. And I don't even want no teachers having open-toed shoes. And I'm just asking you, what do you think he sounds like when he talks? Huh? Do you think the kids in his class are concentrating on the lesson, or are their minds blown by what this grown-ass man is wearing in front of them? Like, if he was a woman, this would be totally fine. I wouldn't have a problem with a female teacher wearing that. Again, or whatever, open-toed shoes, whatever. But if that was a woman, I wouldn't care if a female teacher was dressing like that. But guess what? It's not. It's a dude, and you shouldn't be dressing like that. Who leaves their kids with him, and what school employs him? That is disgusting. What the fuck? Bruh. Bruh. That shit is horrible. This is it. This is it. This is America. This is what they're trying to put in front of our kids. But no, we just want equality. We just want to be able to marry who we want to marry and love who we want to love. All of you people saying that, man, once you let them get married, then all this crazy shit's going to happen. You guys are all wrong. You're bigots, and I hate you. We just want to be able to marry who we want to marry, love who we want to love, get insurance, tell the doctor whether or not I want you to pull the plug. That's all we want. And maybe there was a portion of that population, so that is all they wanted. But guess what? There was a bigger portion of that population, and this is what they wanted. They wanted this standing up in front of your kids for 6 hours a day, teaching them. What do you think he acts like during June? Before those kids get out of school, what do you think this dude has turned it up to? This is every day. This is March. This is nothing. What do you think he cranks it up to in June? October. We're in October now. This is Alphabet Soup Group Heritage Month. I got to stop because I'm about to fucking throw up. What the fuck was that? They told us that's all we want. It won't get crazy. It's gotten crazy. No male teacher should be dressing like that on the job. Now, if that's your weekend, Mr. Fourth grade teacher, do your thing. I hope the kids don't run into you out in public, but that's your time. That's your life. Do what you got to do, player. You feel good in a pair of Toms and some capri pants and a nice halter top, do it. I don't care. But not in the classroom. I'm sorry. We got rules and regulations, and we cannot allow that. That's too confusing to children. Men aren't supposed to look like that. You're confusing them. They're not concentrating on what you're trying to teach them because you look all fucked up. That would be like a female teacher, a young female teacher at a high school going to class in like a mini skirt, where every time she bends over, you see her labia majora. You think those boys are going to be concentrating? No. I don't care how strong your lesson plan is. I don't care how late you stayed up to get this shit together. Those boys can't even hear you. When you're that age and something like that's in front of you, it's like Saving Private Ryan in the beginning where the bomb goes off and all the dude hears is in his ears. There's no other sound. There's bombs and guns. He can't hear any of it. That would be the equivalent. That's right, the Ferg boner. That thing shut. You can't hear. When an adolescent boy has a boner, he cannot hear. His hearing cuts out. Why are you allowing that shit? Why is that dude allowed to be teaching? Or you could teach, but why are you allowed to dress like that? That's a no fucking go. Why wasn't that principal's office packed with parents saying, why is that over there? Why is that here in front of my children? Why did you allow that? He was like, hey. Oh my goodness. Stop. 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 Man, if I pulled up to pick up my child who's in her class, his class, Well, her, basically. But if I pulled up to pick up my child from their classroom, from school, and that was standing there saying, bye, have a good weekend. Huh? Daddy, why are we going into the office? Is school's over? No, it's not. It's not over because I got to talk to your principal now. Because I need to know why Tu Wong Fu is teaching you. I need to know. I need to know why Men on Film is teaching you. I need to know why the bird cage is in your classroom teaching you. I got to know. What? Did I have a slip and fall and I hit my head and I woke up in an alternate reality? I need to know. Because the reality I thought I was living in would not allow this shit. Ew. Who hired him? That's enough, people. That is enough. I need to go in here with my beautiful wife and kids and kick it. I'm off for the weekend. I got the rest of my Saturday and Sunday to do nothing. Nothing. We're going to hang out. Well, not nothing. I mean, no work. With my son, there's never nothing. He wants to go somewhere, wants to do something. We played soccer at the park the day before yesterday. He'll probably want to go again today. So, it's going to be active. But I won't be doing any of this type of stuff. No work-related materials. Joe Kurt says, slipped on that heated sidewalk. I sure did. Slipped on that damn heated sidewalk and hit my head and woke up in another dimension where you allow freaks like that to teach your damn children. No, Nope. Nicole Tom's not even your 8th grade. Nah, I don't care what grade. That fool? You better go somewhere else. You better go get a job at one of these fucking drag queens somewhere. Anything. Anyway. That's it, guys. Thank you very much. On Monday, along with whatever else happens over this damn weekend, I'm going to be giving you a full and thorough review on the Candace Owens documentary, The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. It was great. Nicole, 8th job. I got it. It was great. I'm looking forward to watching it again to get anything I may have missed. But like 2,000 Mules, it's the numbers, guys. It's the numbers that's going to piss you off. When you start finding out where this money went, who this money went to, anger, blood, okay? Now, my anger was different because I didn't give a fucking dime to CBLM, certain Black Lives Matter. So in that sense, it's not like I've been screwed. Oh, man, you took my money. You got me. No. But the repercussions on this country from what came from that, from what BLM did. And when you see where the money went, and if you keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on, like I believe most of you do, some of that you're already going to know. Like the $6 million she spent on the house in Hollywood, shit like that. There's some other numbers in there that I didn't know about. There's some other numbers that I heard for the first time. And it is absolutely disgusting. Be here Monday, lunes. Loco lunes está pegando. Okay? Be here on Monday. We're going to talk about that shit. Can't wait to see you guys again. Hopefully JJ Finnegan is out of jail. I don't know what happened with that, but I need him released immediately. Gladys Kravis Jr. Jericho, you are a joy. No, Gladys, you are. Thank you so much for being here, everybody in the comment sections, your comments, your questions, your super chats. Thank you, everybody. Cigar Box, you're right. Green Lives Matter. Everybody who is watching and or listening, maybe you're just listening, you're not watching, or maybe you're just watching, you have the sound off, and you're just looking at me. That's weird, but I thank you. 8 billion people in the world, and you are here with me. Thank you very much. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.